What's going on? My name is Robert LaFrance. Welcome to the LaFrance Paradigm. This is where I learn and share strategies for an impact, okay? Former Navy diver turned real estate professional, turned real estate investor, turned network marketing professional, turned body flight athlete, the turned all these things. I just love following my passions and being of service and doing what I love, okay? So, welcome to the LaFrance Paradigm. If you're trying to leverage your service member benefits or tune into your inner leader and grow a business and start your business, this is the place for you. I feel like I've tried it all. Okay. I've done it. I've done so much and I figured out the amount of energy and systems that go into various things. Okay. And I feel like I have found the portfolio of resources and service to legitimately offer people valuable resources that can empower themselves and they can take information and be independent and control of their resources and outcome without leveraging so much on me and our relationship. I love being here and being a coach and a leader and a friend and preserving our relationships as we grow and uh, go into our journey of life here. And what I found was being a real estate agent, even though it's a great profession, that can put um, tension on the relationship because it is a large transaction. Most people's largest transaction in their lives is buying a parcel of real estate, is buying their family home, and then also selling it. All right. If sometimes it's not always a good scenario when someone has to sell and they're not just relocating to the other side or upsizing. Maybe there's a death in the family or they fell in behind in taxes or divorce was going on or just all kinds of things. And so I found that even when I was going through my own life, when I was going through my own divorce, when I was having my own emotional regulation and sharpening and becoming a mature adult after leaving the infrastructure of the military, I found that I didn't like being a real estate agent anymore. I broke six figures my first year. That was cool, but it was taking me away from my family. It was costing me money to be in business, even if I wasn't making closings, despite referrals, despite brokers providing resources. And ultimately my family life needed to take my priority, and so I had to come up with a way to still live as an entrepreneur and put food on my table, not become homeless, and then also travel and follow my daughter for a few years because her mom is still in the military. And so we're cool now, but our story is part of my story, and my mess is my message today. And that's all I want to share with you is I want to share how I converted my mess into my message and how you can realize that you're standing in your own acre of diamonds and do the thing. Okay. So, welcome to my page. I'm stoked. I'm back. I just got back from Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is where we held the Legal Shield International Convention. Yes, Legal Shield is a international company in the United States and in Canada, and we provide a nationwide network of legal services, a portfolio of services for businesses, for families, for commercial drivers, for rideshare drivers, all kinds of things. Attorneys are in use our service, and it's a great way for a family or a professional, whether you know the ins and outs of the law and the justice system, or if you're just tired of being taken advantage of in everyday practices. You're driving down the road and police pull you over. You have a right to remain silent or a right to hit up your attorney. And we have 24/7 emergency access. So for me, not only did this make sense to implement in my real estate business, because essentially when I go through this list, if you're a real estate professional, real estate investor, real estate agent, and you're not offering this or have me as a referral partner for your clients, you're doing your clients a disservice. Okay. Like I said, buying a house is the largest and most expensive asset that most people purchase. And why aren't you giving them every resource that they could take advantage of to secure their assets? Okay. Buying a home warranty doesn't always do everything that we need them to do. Matter of fact, one of the biggest things that we cover is home warranty companies not covering what they're supposed to be covering, as well as builder warranties. Some people like to go the brand new construction because it's a brand new construction house. But guess what? A few weeks in or a few months in, that house starts to settle. And then next, your kitchen might be flooded and then the whole floor needs to be replaced. And then you're not even able to use the first floor of your house because of all these things that a new construction um, option provides. So you just want to really consider and have a good toolbox of resources for you to tap into if and when you need them. Okay. It's a no brainer. So, the first thing I want to share, the biggest takeaway that I took away from my international convention participation, okay, was the fact that we have had 1,615,782 member requests. Okay. That means that we've had those many people request legal assistance from our 24/7 emergency access, unlimited consultations with an attorney. And out of that whole number, the complaint ratio was less than 1%. I'm going to say that again. Out of 1,615,782 personal specific requests in different areas of law, in different parts of the country, in countries, Canada and the United States, we've had a complaint ratio of less than 1%. Okay. And I love talking about this because when I meet people who might have been with a company before, or only believe what they believe in Facebook groups, or hear people who expect the world for nothing, these numbers don't lie. Okay. The member reviews don't lie. My results don't lie. Okay. And so I just love educating people on what's actually going so we can do some reframing, structure our mindset, and go after what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. And my goal for me is to share my journey along my health, wealth, and happiness journey. Okay. If we are not having fun in our life, we ain't living right. Okay. And I'm not always talking about pleasure, going out on the weekend, living it up that way, like unless you're going some healthy, you know what I mean? But if you're not enjoying your work, if you're not enjoying your investments, if you're not enjoying your time with your family, if you're not staying present in your workforce, in your family, in your business, in your hobbies, if you don't have money to do any of those things, if you're spread super thin, well, guess what? We need to make a shift. Okay. We need to become the CEO of our life, of our life, turn it into something that we're responsible. We want to control and grow and nurture. And so it can be a fruitful life. And then our kids can look up to us and be like, whoa, you're the best dad ever. I want a man that's just like you. All right. Because guess who our children fall in love with? The examples that they saw, the relationships that they looked up to. Okay. And if you want to be there for your kids or your grandkids, you need to make sure you look in the mirror and figure out that everything that you're doing is admirable. You're treating your loved one the way that you want your children to be treated, and you are displaying the work ethic and the health choices that you want your children to execute as they get older and their loved ones. Okay. Not to mention our community. All right. Our bodies are incredible machines. They can overcome anything, whether we're fasting or, people going through starvation, our bodies are able to keep going. Or if we're eating Dunkin' Donuts and plastic all day and eating the forever chemicals and super duper obese, hundreds of pounds, and, not able to walk to the fire truck because we just sit on the couch all day. Our bodies are incredible machines. But if you want to live a disease free lifestyle and be there for your family and show up for your community and be able to volunteer and help people the way that you need to, or you probably desire to help other people and grow our community, especially if you're following me on this page, well, guess what? We need to be able to put our oxygen mask on first. We need to be able to take care of ourselves. I like how Jim Rohn says it. Jim Rohn said, I'm going to take care of me for you. All right. We need to take care of ourselves in order to take care of other people. There's too many men and women out there. I usually see women say this, but I'm so used to putting everybody else before me. That just breaks you down. That fuels a disease lifestyle, all kinds of stress. You could be stressing so hard, you could sweat blood. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Okay. And if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not practicing the mindfulness techniques, and being a good role model, everything's going to be very stressful and life ain't going to be that good. Right. But I'm not going to preach that. Maybe that's just a reminder. Maybe you just need to hear that. And clearly it was something that was on my brain and I need to get off my chest and share with you because I love you. I want the best for you. And I just don't mess with excuses. Okay. I don't want to hear excuses about how you don't have time, but you're so spread thin because you're choosing all of these options that put on your plate to be spread thin and to not take care of yourself and to stay up late and then to wake up early and then to not be hydrated and you don't have time for the gym. Like, I just don't respect that. Okay. And so if you're able to get up and go to the fridge and check it 100 times a day to see if there's new food in there, well, guess what? You need to find some stairs too, because there's food in there, but you're clearly able to put some movement in there. Okay. It makes sense. Physical fitness, helps reduce, helps balance our biochemistry, creates human growth hormones. Our cells are rebuilding all the time. We have new skin every like 5 to 7 years. The food that we eat, that we decide to purchase and take the time to identify and then eat and prep, is rebuilding your body. It's going to be helping how you think. It's going to be handling your mental health. Okay. And while I'm on this soapbox, I grew up in a home of mental illness, drugs, violence, abuse, not the best environment to grow up in and enroll and admire. Okay. But now that I'm an adult and I have my children and I'm 35 years old, I'm like, yo, none of that stuff was serving me. That's not a good way to live. I really need to be taking care of myself from the very fundamental layer. And that starts with my food. That starts with the things that I'm doing in the movement that I'm incorporating. And it just so happens that I feel incredible. I'm full of energy. I'm able to move stuff despite my height and weight. Like, yo, I am strong. I'm a lean, mean fighting machine. I am okay with where I'm at. And I get to do what I love and inspire people and have these dream conversations. Okay. So, whoo, I was walking all over Oklahoma City. I planned to get a rental, didn't get a rental because of I lost my physical credit card and I needed the cash in my account for my trip, and it just no sweat. And everything happens for a reason. Couldn't get a good deal on a rental car. So I Ubered everywhere. Okay. I Ubered everywhere. It was probably fine. I probably saved some cash actually, despite what I put on the rental and where I was staying Airbnb wise. But I got to walk around. I was staying a mile from the convention center, right outside the Oklahoma University Science Center and the health club. I would walk up these hills. I ran to the gym only a mile away. I got my steps in for sure. And there's beautiful brick buildings and sidewalks. I passed this church that Martin Luther King spoke at. I ate at this place called Wheeze in the Juice. If you were a 90s kid, this is the best place to go if you're in Oklahoma City. Wheeze in the Juice, Pauly Shore and Encino Man. The convenience store clerk who's like an Indian guy, he's saying, no, he's in the juice. And then Pauly Shore's in there with Brendan Fraser, the Encino Man, and they're talking about sampling Wheeze in the Juice. And they had VHS tapes all around the perimeter. They had these 3D illusion papers. I can't remember what they're called, but you like stare at it, and all of a sudden, like an eagle emerges from the picture. It was so cool. I went in there. It's like fruit. It's like vegan, sweet potatoes, lentils. It was so delicious. If you're in that area, definitely check it out. Or if you want to make a trip, Oklahoma City is pretty cool, man. They have a downtown park. The grass is so green. They have a park. They have a lot of art. The state bird is the scissortail. I couldn't find one nearby. I couldn't find one to take a picture, but look up the Oklahoma scissortail. That bird is the coolest looking bird you've probably ever seen. It looks like something out of Avatar. Okay. But they had this downtown playground where there was kids all over the place. There's like, it was built up mounds and then recessed mounds. And then they had a merry-go-round that was flush with the ground, unlike the ones that I had when I was a kid, like that were a foot up and you could get caught up underneath it. And I got to I felt a little weird because I'm an adult in a playground without my kid, but like I wanted to take pictures of the scenery for my kid who wasn't with me because I was there for a week. And I'm sending her pictures and I see this mom or this grandma. She's putting in work, spinning this merry-go-round, and we make eye contact. I was like, hey, can I help? Because I love having fun and being with kids. And she was like, please. And so I went in there. I was like, woo, spinning this thing around. And these kids were like, more, go faster, go faster. They wouldn't let me leave. I tried to leave. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm going off. They're like, no, come back. And it was just so much fun. The vibe there was cool. The people were cool. Lots of beauty. They have a train, like a light rail or some type of train that does a loop around. And I definitely would go back. I definitely buy some real estate there too, because like I was saying, there's a lot of development going on. There's good real estate opportunities there. Right, student housing. There's older ranch homes that you could stay on top of and buy and turn into a short-term rental or an Airbnb or student housing. I met a real estate agent who was in industrial real estate, and he was telling me about their growth in that area. So definitely check out Oklahoma City. If you want to buy a multifamily asset out in that area or anywhere, check out my massive return checklist, MRC. for my veterans out there. Okay. But it's my checklist for finding and negotiating and closing on multifamily cash flowing real estate, whether you want to be the investor on the ground or if you're going to be the lender, or if you just want to hold a real estate agent accountable, go ahead and use my checklist. You can go to the veteransmentor.com. It's free. You can download it right from there, and then you can start using that for your own real estate deals. Okay. So definitely check out that area. I'd go back. And then that's Tornado Alley over there. I was talking to the server at a restaurant and I was like, "Hey, if I get one of these tornado warnings on my phone, do I really have to like act on that? Because I get them sometimes in Virginia Beach. We've all probably gotten storm text, and I was like, do I got to do something?" And apparently, Oklahoma City isn't an area of where a lot of tornadoes touch down. It's outside the city. And so that's something that's food for thought as you're considering your investments, because they are building skyscrapers in that area as well. So okay. So the biggest thing that I wanted to share with you was we have less than a 1% complaint ratio out of the 1.6 million requests with our company of Legal Shield. Okay. So what that means is that there's a huge demand and there's huge satisfaction within our company. And with us being in real estate investors trying to build passive income, whether that's your YouTube channel or real estate or whatever your gig is. Okay. Our tax code is structured in a way for businesses to profit and pay less taxes. As a matter of fact, no matter who you are, if you are trying to earn more money and keep more money, you want to have a home-based business or start a business in some way, because you start to take advantage of the tax code and write-offs. Okay. The more money you make and the more money you put into your business to generate a profit, okay, that money that you put into the business to generate a profit, whether it's marketing or trips to find real estate to purchase, I can write off my 1 week trip to Oklahoma City because I'm a real estate investor. I'm a Legal Shield independent associate, senior manager. Okay. So I got multiple ways to write this trip off. And I don't even have to buy real estate. I have to go with the intent to look and provide proof that I did go there to look. And that's an advantage of being on social media and being a real estate professional, helping veterans find purpose, camaraderie, and stability through my platform. Okay. Because as a veteran, we have access to service member benefits, one of them being the VA home loan, which is a zero money down home loan. It's up there with straight up cash. It's backed by the Veterans Affairs. Okay. The only money that a buyer needs to bring to the table who's a veteran exercising their service member benefit as the VA home loan is the earnest money deposit. Okay. And the home inspections. All right. And then if you plan on building a trust, if some people like to do living trust or LLCs or parent companies. Okay, there's a few different ways that you want to structure your asset plans and your will and estate plans. This is a great opportunity to become a anonymous owner to reduce the liability of your rental properties. I mean, let's talk about multifamily assets, multiple tenants, student housing. Let's say if some type of accident happens in the real estate asset of which you're owning and collecting cash from. Okay. What are you going to do? Do you want to be in a position where you're like, oh, I could just do the negotiation on a kitchen napkin, bro, and I got my cousin's boyfriend who's a family law attorney. He could just draft up the contracts, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you could. All right. But I want you to become a professional. I want you to have access to professional resources so you can be the chair of the board and look to your advisors and say, okay, this is my game plan. How do we get there? Okay. And you got your tax person talking to you. You got your attorney talking to you. You got the people reviewing your income statements and your tax documents and your real estate documents. And you can set it up so if a drunk driver drives into your house or if someone gets killed in your rental property because, you're in a neighborhood and you're adding value to the neighborhood because you bought some asset in a roughneck neighborhood and you know that there's a good opportunity in the next few years and that thing's going to increase in value. Just anything can happen. Any type of investment is going to have risks. How we mitigate those risks is what make them successful. Okay. Having the right steps to protect your interest and your cash and your time and your family's interest in future is crucial. And we don't want to be sleeping in that. I will never preach that. Okay. Some people say, oh, this contract, oh, bro, that's all legalese. You know me. Yeah, I do know you. Yeah, I do know you. And that's why I'm really picky about this word right here. Okay. I want this to say that. Okay. And then and we don't know what we don't know. Okay. What if your apartment building's trying to tell you that you can't carry your firearm in an open carry state? How does that work? If you don't know your rights, you ain't got none. And so when you have someone that you can pick up the phone 24/7 and have unlimited consultations, that's how you become empowered enough to stand up for yourself. You know how to argue, you know how to challenge things the right way, you know how to stand in front of a 30-year attorney in 2 custody trials and say no, no. All right. So there's certain things that we can do and add to our toolbox so we don't become complacent and fall asleep and then take advantage of this ever-changing world that we may or may not be participating in. Okay. And the only way to stay up to date with how this world is changing. What's up, Melissa? What's up, sister? You caught me off guard. I'm surprised to see you. I love you, girl. The only way for us to stay up to date with this ever-changing world is to have someone to talk to. Okay. Then that's your tax advisor, that's your attorney, and those are your two probably most important people next to God for you to say, hey, what do I do now? And how do I continue to scale in this movement? Because I'm trying to make money. Inflation's killing me. I'm making minimal wage. I got bills to pay. I got daycare. What do I do? We got to have a plan and then try to execute that plan and then adjust accordingly as we go. And that's why we have these resources. So we don't have to pay hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to do the thing. Okay. I've had multiple friends tell me that they spent over $200,000 in their divorce and custody trials. I would never have been able to do that. I sold my rentals. I sold my motorcycle. I did all kinds of stuff, and I still, got pretty good at what I was doing. I spent thousands of dollars for my initial divorce, but once I got to Connecticut and I had to represent myself because I just had nothing else left, I had to become resourceful. All right. I had to use the internet. I had to use my Legal Shield membership. And between the two and my own personal development and posture and learning from failure and having a judge be like, yo, you got to stop that right now, you learn some things. Okay. And so that's what I want you to do. Out of the 1.6 million requests that our company received last year, we've had a complaint ratio of less than 1%. And so if you've had any fears or hesitations of spending $29 and change, let's say just call it $30 a month to have unlimited access to attorneys, a library of documents for your rentals, whether that's real estate or if you're renting equipment or your business, if you have a workforce of employees that are going through stuff, getting speeding tickets, you want to offer this to your employees. Okay. We can do an employee benefit thing. We can do a group rate. If you have a high turnover employees, I can still come in and then help them get the regular membership so they're staying at work. And this is the biggest thing here, is that we all have stuff going on in our life and we can't take time off of work. We can't pay twice to go to court. Like, I got a speeding ticket on my motorcycle, and I went up and I pled no contest. The whole transcription, the judge was like, how was he? Oh yeah, he was very cooperative. Okay. But the point of the matter is that I had to take hours out of my day to go wait in line, wait for court to start, defend myself, and then leave. So not only did I not earn the hours that I had to skip out of work or close a real estate deal or whatever, I also had to put that energy and attention in that direction. If I had to pay for an attorney, I'd be paying double. So there's things that you want to consider and think about. And like I said, we don't know what we don't know. So we are a passive income page. I'm going to go over some things that we offer from our portfolio of services. And I want you to reflect upon, maybe somebody who needs this help. Maybe you're a real estate professional. Like I said, if you're in real estate and you don't have this or you're not offering this, you are doing your business and your clients a disservice, straight up. Okay. So, and this is coming from a buyer. This has come from a personal investor. Like, I've helped people who were upside down in their homes with this membership. They've been able to save money. I've been able to buy that property and rent it out for years, rent it out for 3 years and then sell it, the cash flow over the 3 years and then 45 grand at closing. There's ways to do things better and we don't have to do it alone. Matter of fact, human beings are like social beings. Okay. Why continue to put yourself in isolation because of things that you don't know or because of fear? All right. We can do so much when we link together. That's why businesses hire out and build workforces so they can provide more service and benefits to the community. Okay. So this is how, these are the most common areas that I've seen both as an employee, as a real estate investor, and as a business solutions expert who goes in and offers this to businesses who, their LLCs need assistance and their workforce to keep their workforce at home and happy and dealing with things that we all don't want to deal with. Okay. So family law, adoption, bullying protection, civil and social discrimination, divorce, uncontested divorce, domestic violence protection, guardianship, immigration, juvenile court proceedings, post-nuptial domestic partnerships agreement, name changes. Okay, those are huge. How many people do we know are immigrants? I just brought on an immigrant onto my association. He's an Uber driver, real estate investor, and he's an immigrant from Cuba. He saw this immediately, signed up, and he's already doing great things. Okay, people are looking for opportunity in ways to not just help themselves but help other people and still put food on their table. Okay, home. This is the real estate side of things. Boundary title disputes, contractor disputes, deeds, eviction and tenant issues, foreclosure, home equity lines of credit, mortgages, property tax assessments, purchase and sale of a home, real estate contracts, financial disputes, refinancing, and zoning applications. That is huge in the real estate market because guess what? I communicate and negotiate with distressed sellers. Okay. We got to find the money. We got to, figure out what's going on with the asset, where the property lines are. We got to create a business entity and close on the thing. We need a real estate attorney to close the property with. And then the zoning issues, if we're going to be refinancing it and pulling that equity out in a year to 18 months, that's tax-free income. We're going to need someone to review our documents to make sure that we're not paying extra points somewhere, or someone's not trying to slip some predatory practices that's not allowed by the state, because these attorneys in our network are paid very handsomely to know what they're doing. Okay. Now I'm going to be honest with you. Attorneys can be tricky people. All right. You need to know how to ask the right questions or ask a series of questions in order to get what you're looking for, because unfortunately, they're just not going to tell you everything that you need to know. They need to figure out where your goals are and what you're trying to do, and then do some Q&A. And that's where the unlimited consultation is so beneficial because, for example, when I was going through my trials for custody, I didn't know all the things. I would do the paperwork, I would upload it, and they'd be like, yeah, you don't want to do that, or I would reword it this way, or you'd have a better argument going this way, or this isn't how it goes in trial or in the courtroom. You need to understand this process. And so there is some effort and some trial and error that you're going to learn. But guess what? We are here to develop as people. We are here to develop a passive income portfolio where we can build something up, build that momentum going, and then reap the rewards and the harvest from it. Okay. So refinancing is tax-free. And how would you know that unless you're following me or you're having conversations with your real estate attorney or your tax attorney and you learn these things? Okay. Because the tax code is something that we want to know. Okay. Financial aspects, affidavits, bankruptcy, civil defense, contracts, debt collection, IRS audit protection. I mean, if you're not paying your taxes, I didn't pay my taxes for a couple of years, I'll just pay them when they call me. It's my money and I want it now, and that's pretty much what they're saying. But debt collection, if you got some squirrely debt, Virginia, you can write them a letter. And if they can't prove that it's your debt the way that the state requires them to prove it, well, then they have to write that off. There's a bunch of different ways to go about it. Okay. Medicaid and Medicare disputes, personal property disputes, promissory notes. That's something that we use in the real estate investing game. Let's say you just earned $100,000 bonus with our company because you've built an organization and they're doing work. Maybe you just refinanced your house and you're going to lend that out to a real estate investor. A promissory note is a note or a contract between parties that are making promises that are going to use some money for a certain amount of time at a certain interest rate, and the payment details are as follows. Okay. So a promissory note is something that private money lenders or asset-based private money lenders use with real estate investors, and they use that together. Okay. Rental agreements, small claims assistance, and veterans benefit matters. Okay. This is a veterans page. I'm a veteran. There's a ton of veterans in the Legal Shield company, and I was stoked to connect with all of them. I started a WhatsApp group called the Veterans of Legal Shield, and our whole purpose is to come together, share resources, what's the new thing, what some people are working on, and develop together as a network within the company. Okay. You want to work with people of birds of a feather flock together, and you want to be working with people who are like-minded. Okay. All of these people are positive, focused on, reducing people from getting taken advantage of and having the right resources to do so and use them in the appropriate places. Okay. So the veteran benefits matters. You're buying a home. Maybe you're filing your initial claim because you didn't do it for some reason. You don't need to pay for your initial claim, your initial disability claim as a veteran. And if someone does try to charge you for that, well, you got screwed, man. And they were exercising predatory practices. That's actually what happened to me for my initial claim. I'm not too happy about it. So real estate and veteran service benefits, it's incredible. All right, now estate planning, talking about asset protection. Something bad happens, who's going to be held accountable. All right, living wills and for physician's directive, power of attorney, codicils, codicils. All right, and then auto stuff. Maybe you had your driver's license taken away. Would you like to spend the time in the DMV and speaking with people, or would you like to have an attorney or a professional do that on your behalf? Okay, so we can help restore driver's licenses. Okay, if there's motor vehicle property damage, you're in a car accident 24/7, you can call the attorney, tell them exactly what happened. They'll guide you with the in the scenario, and then as the police come, and then guide you with the insurance company. All right, you want to have someone in your back pocket at all times. Moving and traffic violations, traffic tickets, you don't have to go to court. You tap the app, you 24/7, you upload a picture of the speeding ticket that they gave you, and now you don't got to take time off of work to go. Same thing with property damage claims. Okay, in some general aspects, like I said, 24/7 emergency legal access, letters and phone calls in your behalf, document review. We have a mobile app, telephone advice, document library, and as well as a 25% member discount on services. Now, that discount essentially covers it pays for itself. The service pays for itself. The moment that you have your will done and you do it multiple times because you've acquired another asset and you're not paying extra for that, well, that just covered the will for that covered the membership for years. Okay. We also offer everyday shopping discounts. Maybe you're buying a car or a computer, or you need a hotel somewhere. We have a members perk section where you can go in and get discounts just like you were at some other membership company club, where you buy into the program and then you get discounts on all kinds of stuff. You probably know AAA, which is an auto club. Anytime you need AAA, your battery dies, you're on the side of the road, you need help, you call AAA, they bring you and they save your day, and then you get discounts on travel and hotel stays. Similar thing. Okay, so that is the plan overview. Like I said, if you're a real estate professional or in a business and you have a workforce and you're not offering this to your company or to your clients, you're doing your business and your clients a disservice, because all kinds of things happen in life and we just don't know what's going on in our employees' lives, and they might need help. And this is a way to do that. Okay, so if you want to offer this, let me know. Comment link in the comments, and I will walk you through how we can set your workforce and your clients up, whether that's me coming in, showing you how it works, doing a Zoom call, being a referral partner. I mean, if you want to be a referral partner, if you're looking for a business opportunity, people do this full time. You can become an influencer on social. You can pick and choose. My niche is real estate, and I find that this is so valuable within the real estate industry. As I'm talking about how to find and negotiate deals and providing resources and building a team and et cetera, this is something that I'm using on a regular basis. So if you're going to be doing the same thing and you want guidance, well, it just makes sense that as we work together, or if I'm coaching you, you know what you're getting into, and you can add another stream of income, because we're talking about building passive income. Okay, I help veterans earn passive income quickly. And if you're a mover and a shaker and you understand that in order to get paid in entrepreneurship is to provide a service or a product to the marketplace and to let people know that you do that. And so when they're ready to buy that, or they need to buy that product or service, you put food on the table and you can earn a commission. Okay, our commissions start at $70 and go all the way up to $370. Okay, and we get overrides. It's built just like an insurance brokerage or a real estate brokerage, where you're building an organization and a team, and you get paid from the sales and growth of your business and your team. Okay, and so if that's something that you're interested in, we can have that conversation, but that's not going to be here right now. Okay, so international convention was lit. It was so much fun. I got to connect with other veterans. I brought an associate while I was there. Super motivated, hungry. I got to take pictures. I ate great food. I got my steps in. And if you're thinking about investing in real estate, I would highly consider Oklahoma City, because of the growth that it's seeing. And you know, I was able to witness that boots on the ground. Okay, a big part of this, yes, we can work remotely. We can do remote work and grow businesses from wherever and do virtual real estate investing and develop a team on the ground. But here's what I love about this company and our opportunity is that we can travel and it's a tax write-off. We can meet people and grow our organization. We could sell plans and grow our organization. We could find real estate to buy, and we can help people in every day. And I'm telling you, the opportunity is there to buy real estate. The opportunity is there to help people who are looking for an opportunity to make extra money and turn it into real money. And there's an opportunity to help veterans really become leaders and transition out of the military for purpose, camaraderie, and stability. That's what I was really looking for when I got out of the Navy. I was so lost. I was going through some dark stuff and I was doing everything. I was delivering newspapers at night while I was doing real estate during the day. And then I was even like a security at a local club and doing real estate during the day. It was just breaking me down. It was breaking me down. And if I could just be one more lighthouse in the fog for someone to look up and go to, all right, that's what I want to do. I want to be here for you. I want to show you how that you have all the transferable skills to become a great leader, whether you're trying to do corporate America leadership stuff and you're in the workforce and you're managing people, or if you want to be an entrepreneur and grow an organization and talk about dream building and stay in the creative space and celebrate when people are making money and launching and helping people go on trips and going on vacations together and making awesome memories as you go to these conventions. The thing I wish more of my team and my friends join me in Oklahoma City. Okay. I mean, I was there with so many people. I didn't know people were getting recognized. I didn't know people were getting their $100,000 rings. I didn't know people spoke multiple languages. I got to see old friends and make new ones. This city was so beautiful. I was posting up and trying to take selfies and pictures for my brand while I was there. And I was like, man, my crew is really missing out right now. Like the people who decided not to come in because they're like, oh, what's in Oklahoma City? Or, oh, I'm not going to go there. It's just a convention, right? Like, no, it could have been. It could have been if that's how you look at things. But if you're rolling with me and we're talking about building a brand on social media and making an impact and having fun, living life, doing the thing, it ain't like that. It's going, meeting people, yeah, getting the updates and the resources to help you grow as a person, as a leader, and as a business, and for better serve your clients and customers. But I was going around with my new homie, Giselle, Giselle, and we're going around taking pictures for the gram. All right. You could join us and we could do masterminds in the park in the nice weather, workshops, training. We could go around riding lime scooters together, squad, going around as a squad, booking lunches and having stimulating conversations of success and doing the mastermind principle. Okay. If you're on this page, we should share the chief aim of starting businesses and helping people building wealth and investing in real estate. Okay. It's all about business from home, asset protection, reducing the amount of taxes that we pay, and making our come up and doing it with great people and having a fun time doing so. Okay. And if that's something that you want to do, comment below. If you want the free checklist to start investing in cash flowing real estate or holding your real estate agents and lenders accountable, go to theveteransmentor.com and download my free checklist. It's called the Massive Returns Checklist. All right. And then let's just grow. Let's just grow. I'm stoked. Now, now that I'm done, I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to go watch my kid play volleyball. All right. What's up, dads? I love what I got going on. I want you to love what you got going on. Okay. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart to see people talking about how they ain't making money and how they could be doing this or they used to be doing that. You know, I don't know. I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself, dog. All right. So they say that the rising tide lifts all ships and courage is contagious. So help me help you help our friends, dog. Let's grow. All right. Peace. Woo. How do I end my live? Boom.